So look at this place here. So there are two places on this buckle here. One is here. The rubber catches the, what do you call this, a clasp?
It's a carabiner or something.
Whatever here. And here, this ring catches here. So when I stretch here, this is the movement. So the yin yang in this action is, look at my hand, it's this far from it. Now I'm pulling it. When I pulled here, this never moved. So this is very, very important. So this is the yin yang split, it does not move. Now look here carefully. Okay, look at this spot here. When I say it does not move, it's relative to this position, it does not move. But as I pull, can you see it rotates, makes adjustments? So our body must have points on the body that does this. It means it's totally free. You can do whatever you want. But relative to the size, this position here, it never moves 1 millimeter towards here because it's totally restricted by steel. It has absolutely no movement. And the movement is only here. So now you see this here. This is number one, the connection, the way, the restrictions, the way everything moves. Okay? Number two is that when I am only showing this theoretically, it's only an idea. But when I actually pull here, this place here is absolutely fixed in another sense, meaning there is a lot of pressure applied to it. It does not move. Now you see here, you look here, you see how much pressure is applied to here. Now, once you apply that pressure, this physical, mechanical device continues to work. Your body will not work anymore. I'll show you exactly this on the positive circle movement number one. So here, this here touches is here. And this is the rubber, all the way to here. Behind is my hand pulling. I'm using my hand to pull here. Can you see I can create this pull? But the finger never moved. The problem is, if there is a lot of power, it will move again. This is when we do the circle. Now I remove, you watch my finger. It's fine, you can do this pull, all of this. But as long as you actually use power, it will move. So what we want to achieve is that you imagine you are like this here, like this here. When you use power, it still does not move. So when you are doing the form, it has to be real power. I made that noise to indicate power, but you shouldn't, in reality, it does not do that, because otherwise you cannot see the power. See, this is just nothing, it's just wiggling. But when you actually pull power and push the foot hard, very strong, this does not move. And that, only when that is done is called the yin-yang separation. Otherwise, you haven't really separated. Your form, before you achieve that, is still, your form is only a form, appearance, there is no substance. The substance is here. So only by doing this, you will understand it. Same as if I grab this here, and we know physically it's all fixed. There is no cheating, it's like that. So I am pulling my body up here. There's real power involved. And I can say in this case, because my hand is attached to something that does not move, now I can say it did not move. The problem is, when we do this here, it moved. You imagine it did not move. And as long as your learning is still based on what you believe, there is no learning. It has to be, this is not what I believe, it did not move. It's a physical act. So when I talk about this here, unless you match what you believe to physical reality, you still are not doing Tai Chi. Another word is you are still living in your fantasy, and we also, in a technical word in Tai Chi terminology, is you have not entered the door, the entrance of Tai Chi. Entered means you have received, experienced the first set of action, and it's real. Most of the time, our Tai Chi is still, our Tai Chi lives in the imagination domain. And that's why when you use it, it does not work. Because you never actually tried to do this. And There is no movement and a lot of power, and yet it did not move. So to achieve that is not difficult. It's just you have to use physical means to test it. Not test it with your own sense. Never try to test it by, I feel, and I think. All those things are invalid. It has to be a physical thing. So in your home, you don't have devices like this. Grab a doorknob and pull it, you see. The reason the door will open is because that grabbing is real. It's not your imagination. And not only that real, because you don't play games with that doorknob. And that's it. When we push hands, when we touch people, we always play games and we think we can do something. And the doorknob, whatever games you play, it won't react unless you grab it. It's that simple.